Yo, yo! Good morning, and good morning, champions. It's Marquise Money Mike Williams, founding member and executive senior director here at JMG Direct. And I would like to welcome you to Saturday Morning Freedom Training. I'm super duper excited to share this value with you this morning. You know, I just was out doing a run, getting my 24-inch pythons on, and I figured, you know what? I'm going to jump on training and I'm going to give them the business because I want to help each and every one of you go out and live your best life and be the best versions of you that you can possibly be. So if you're just checking in, go ahead and give us your name, where you're checking in from. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified. Just an extra layer of reminder when we go live for training, because I do not want you guys to miss out anything. Because one thing I always teach is the difference between amateurs and professionals is training, right? Doesn't no matter what you do, doesn't matter where you are in life. You could be excited, you could be pumped, you could be fired up, you could be motivated, but if you don't know what to do, then chances are you are not going to be successful. So I would like to welcome each and every one of you to training. If you have people on your team that are not dialed in right now, go ahead and shoot them a text message and let them know, hey, it's important for you to be on training. It is important for you to be on training, but training is representatives only. That way we can give you the maximum transparent value that we can give you. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the information, right? So first and foremost, I always like to welcome all the new champions to the team. Our team is growing. Our company is growing. And it's so exciting and refreshing to see people's lives being changed right in front of us. And it's only the beginning. That's the beautiful thing about it. It is only the beginning. And the beginning is the foundation. And I want you guys to understand, though we go through different tips and tricks and we go through different strategies and we talk about a lot of different things during training, the foundation is all we do is expose. All right? All we do is expose. So when you're looking up, when you're thinking about your goals and your dreams throughout the week, when you're thinking about the things that you want to make happen and accomplish in your business, I want you to go back to the foundation. All right, how many people have I exposed? How many people am I exposing? And if you're not happy with where you are within your JMG Direct business, if you're not happy with where you are within your goals and dreams, then you have to increase that exposure number. You got to go expose more people. The beautiful thing about it is there's so many people around us. It's like we have the pick of the litter. It's like if I dropped you in the middle of the Sahara Desert with a bunch of bottled water, and I say, yeah, you got to go give people bottled water. And that's the key to your success. Man, there's no shortage of people who looking for some water in the desert. There's no shortage of people looking for opportunity right now in the world. So our business launch strategy, really simple. Success with JMG is simple as 1, 2, 3. That means you simply want to make one decision that you want something more out of life, but more importantly, you're willing to do the work that it takes to get it. Gather 2 customers, preferably My Credit is Better, so that you're qualified to get paid. You want to make sure that you're qualified when all those checks start rolling in, or make sure you sign up for ACH. If you haven't done so already, go sign up for ACH so that you can get that direct deposit dropped right into your account. And then you want to partner with 3 people and teach them to do the same thing. Make a decision and get qualified. Very simple, you guys, very simple. So I want to congratulate all the people who were the first month qualifiers for the Miami trip. You guys, great job. Salute to you. Keep up the great work. Make sure that you maintain and have 25 people in the month of August so that you can qualify for the second month. All right. So let's get down and dirty. All right. Product of the week. What's the product of the week? Paul D. Jones's books. That's right. That's a product within your store. Paul D. Jones's books. He has several best-selling books that provide great value, not just for your business, but for your life. So you got Who Told You You Were Broke? And that's a framework I want you to think about. All these people out there who say they're broke, they say they don't have money, they say they have this going on, that going on in life. Who told you you were broke? Then I quit being broke. I quit being broke. It's a proclamation. It's a decision. I quit being broke. Because being broke is a decision, because first of all, it's a mindset, right? So when we talk about the launch strategy, when we go in depth, we say everything starts with a decision. Well, being broke starts with a decision. And you could even move through the spectrum, right? Because some of you will say, well, shoot, I'm not broke. And that's great. But being where you are, if you're not happy with where you are, if you want to get to that next level, it's a decision. So I quit being 100-aire. I quit being 1,000-aire. You make the decision to quit being where you are right now and make the decision that you're going to go to the next level. And then, of course, the book that really just changed the game for me, Schedule for Success. Schedule for Success. Phenomenal book. There's no way to be successful if success isn't on your schedule. Every single JMG Direct affiliate and representative, marketing brand ambassador should have these 3 books. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to put it out there. If you're serious about financial and time freedom, you should have these 3 books, and it's not to say anything else, but they're valuable. They provide tons of value. And you could actually share those books with other people because they're not about JMG Direct. So that brings me right into the title or the focus of today's training, the culture of success. The culture of success. Because when you think about culture, what is culture? Well, business culture refers to a set of behavioral and procedural norms that can be observed within a company or a team, which includes its policies, procedures, ethics, goals, values, behaviors, and their attitudes. It also makes up the personality of the company or the team, right? Other elements that make up company or team culture include expectations, company or team goals, and the benefits of perks. Here's the thing I want to sum it up with. People get started for the money, but they stay for the feeling. So as you're developing your teams, right? And it's not about titling the teams. It's not about the names, right? That's great to create, additional culture within your community, and a rally cry, but it's all about what you guys do from the leadership down, right? So are you setting an expectation? Are you creating a culture of people who get on the Tuesday and Thursday live streams and the trainings? Or are you creating a culture of people that say, I don't gotta tune in? And see, I want you to remove yourself from the corporate thinking of people's schedules and accommodations. I'm not saying be an a-hole, but I'm saying what is the culture that you're creating? Because we have a volunteer army. We can't make anybody do anything, but you can create a culture and an expectation of what you want with the people on your team, if that makes sense. And for the people on your team that get on and plug in, are you creating a culture where it's okay for people not to have a guest? Or is it kind of, whatever, I'm just happy with you being on? The culture that you create is what's going to flourish within your team. Do you have team calls? Do you have, do you recognize the people on your team? Think about the culture. I'm creating a culture amongst my team where I want everybody to have Paul D. Jones's books. So I'm implementing that. I'm talking about it. As people who new come in, I'm saying, hey, we want you to get this book. Why? Because it's valuable. It's great information that's going to help you become a better you as well as become a better JMG Direct affiliate, right? So we're going to jump right into it. Let me expand my screen so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Boom. So I'm going to talk about a few things. Training's not going to be as structured as normal. I'm not going to have a bunch of flashy slides. I'm just going to go over a few things to think about culture for a moment, right? So there was a big fight that happened over the weekend, right? Errol Spence Jr. against Terrence Bud Crawford. And you guys may not recognize the name. You may not follow boxing, right? But I just want you to follow the thought process, okay? Because here you see in the picture, right? The guy on the left is Terrence Bud Crawford. The guy on the right is Errol Spence Jr., all right? They came in the fight, they both were undefeated. Both were big names, both were champions. But the fight was very one-sided, okay? So I want you to understand, you see Errol Spence Jr. getting punched in the face. He was getting punched in the face much of the evening, all right? I want you to understand the guy on the left, that's poverty and lack. That's negativity. And poverty, lack, and overall negativity never sleeps. It never takes a break. It never stops. And it's constantly doing its best to jab you in the face. Boom, 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 boom. And you have to make a decision at some point. Do you want to fight back? It starts with a decision, right? Do you want to fight back? Are you just okay? Are you creating a culture where it's just okay to be in poverty and lack? Because there's a lot of people out there in the world who they've accepted that culture and they don't feel like there's any other opportunity or ways to change. Most people actually don't have a means to fight back, but you do. And we are the proponent, we are the conduit of change, and we can provide that means to other people. And there's 95% of the population that doesn't have a means to fight back. See, here's the caveat. Here's where we get fooled. We think just because people drive a Benz or they drive nice cars or they're living in decent homes because they have vehicles that they're not on the receiving end of that jab to the face. No. They still are on the receiving end because a lot of people are still living paycheck to paycheck despite looking good and smelling good. But here's the thing. You have to make the decision to let them hands go. See, a boxer cannot defend themselves. They cannot win a fight by dodging punches or getting punched in the face. They can't even win a fight by blocking punches. At some point during the fight, they got to make the decision to let them hands go and fight back. Here's a few thought processes for you to kind of reference. A vehicle, no matter what type of vehicle, Ferrari or Hoopty, it takes you nowhere if you don't drive it. If you don't make the decision to push the gas. Food. Doesn't matter. The food could be fast food. It could be a gourmet chef creation. Does not provide any nutrition or satisfaction if you don't eat it. A book. Earlier, I made the call to action. Everybody go out, get the product of the week. Get the Paul D. Jones book bundle. If you're not able to afford it, get one book because they're also scheduled for success. They're separated. But make a decision to get the product of the week. But then make the decision to read it because a book does not provide any knowledge or wisdom if you don't read it. There's no way to be successful if success is not on your schedule. You have to schedule it. And all these things are metaphors for letting your hands go. Exposing people, telling them about your business and the products and services is letting your hands go. That's letting your hands go because that's what we get paid to do. So moving forward, continue to let your hands go. And then don't have a church mentality. Now, I'm not going to get into any religions or spiritual, things of that nature. But I'm going to give you the mentality of a lot of people who go to church of many denominations, right? They go to church and it doesn't matter if the church has hand clapping and foot stomping or if it's just, hymns, whatever the case may be. People feel like they check the church box and then they're out. And then by the time they get to the parking lot, they're cussing people out. Man, get out the way. You holding us up. They check the church box. Don't make making money. Don't make your JMG direct training your checkbox. All right? Don't come to training like, okay, I did my business. Now let me go enjoy my Saturday. Let me go enjoy, the rest of my Tuesday evening or my Thursday evening. Because a culture of success says, okay, now that training's over, now let's go implement those things that we learned. Now let me get with my team and see how I can help them implement those things that they learned. Tuesday and Thursday evenings, when they're finished with training, that's okay. Now let me connect with my team. Let's have the meeting after the meeting and close out the guest. Let's go connect. All right. So here's an important thing that I want you to grasp hold of. You don't make money by getting into JMG Direct. It's great that you're in. We're happy that you're in. But you make money when JMG Direct gets into you. Let it get into your heart. Let it get into your soul. Right? Let it get on the inside of you. And don't get caught up. People, we live in a society where we get caught up into passions. Well, I'm not passionate about JMG Direct, so I don't know if this is really right for me. No, you guys, you get passionate about where the vehicle can take you. It's passion by association. JMG Direct equals financial and time freedom. So make financial and time freedom a part of who you are. And get excited about financial and time freedom. And when you're excited about financial and time freedom, you get excited about the vehicle that's going to take you to financial and time freedom. Again, there's no way to be successful if you don't schedule it. That's right, brother. Senior Director Troy, I'm in it for the long haul with you, brother. Facts tell, but stories sell. Facts tell, but stories sell. What do you mean, Marquise? People will praise you and give you 100 likes, 1,000 likes and comments on social media when you get a new job. I just got a new job. Oh, man, that's great, man. Congratulations. Like, heart, like. I got a promotion in my new job. Oh, man, congratulations. That's dope. Like, heart, comment. Anything you post about your kids, oh, that's awesome. Cute kids. Like, comment. You can put your kids punched you in the face. You're still going to get, heart, care emojis and all types of engagement, right? You lose weight, you get engagement. But you tell people, I just started a business. You get crickets. But that's okay. Keep exposing and keep telling them anyway. But here's the thing. Don't become a salesperson. Don't be lazy. Don't think, I'm just going to tell them about the business and they're going to flock and run towards me. No. Tell them, share with them stories that you may hear during training. Share with them, different experiences that you may have had, or you have heard about people who've had with a product or a service. Don't think small. Like when and let me kind of correct myself. When I say don't have a church mentality, it's a small church mentality, right? Don't have a small church mentality. Go out when you get information. Go out and implement the information. We've all heard the saying, knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. But it's not the knowledge that gives you the power. It's applying the knowledge that gives you the power, because to have knowledge without applying makes you powerless. To have knowledge without applying makes you powerless. So continue to expose, despite if you think people are receiving it or not. Continue to expose, despite what people's opinion of it is not. As you hear different stories, continue to share different stories. What are stories? Man, there's this barber in the business who's a phenomenal guy. He got in this business and he shot straight to senior director, in like a few months. Man, you guys got to take a look at this business. Man, there's this young kid who works at a fast food restaurant. I just put this on my Facebook a little bit earlier today. He shot to his first promotion in the business in a couple days. Who else wants to make this money? You guys have to pay. Remember, I said it a couple weeks ago. Get excited and pay attention. Pay attention to these stories because they're coming. They're coming on the presentations. They're coming in trainings. And share these things with people. Facts tell, but stories sell. People care less about the depth of your knowledge and more about the height of your enthusiasm. If you come to somebody and you're like, yeah, we have this phenomenal business. It's $200 to get started. All you have to do is get 3 people and 2 customers. And it's very simple. And you're going to get tax advantages and this and that. That's great. That's valid information. But people will sign up off you saying, yo, this dude just got started and he promoted in a couple days. He's on his way to 4 figures. And he works at a fast food restaurant. Man, this business is amazing. They'll sign up off that before the facts that I just talked about a little bit earlier. You have to focus on what works. It's not about any one of us. I'll say us because it's not about me. It's not about you. Because personalities don't duplicate. Systems do. And when we create a culture of that mindset, it's not about you. It's about the system. It's about the culture. It's about what works. Then that's when people are going to flourish. And it's not that it works because I say it works. It works because some of us have bumped our heads over the years doing what doesn't work. So we found out what doesn't work and we formulated a simple wealth blueprint and a system and a training of what works so that you don't have to go out and bump your head like we did. When we were younger, right? It just reminded me when we were younger, your parents used to always, say, what's that saying? They used to say something to the effect of, you think we didn't live. You think we haven't, been down this street before. We haven't learned the things that you're trying to do. And you think, oh man, they don't know what they're talking about. They haven't lived. They don't know what we're trying to do. But as you grow up and you become an adult yourself, you become a parent yourself, you realize because you're sharing those same lessons with your kids. Trust your GPS, right? Trust your GPS. A majority of us who are on training right now, we know how to drive, right? We know how to drive the car. Physically, put the car in park, press the gas, vroom, drive. And more often than not, we probably actually know where we're going. If you've been driving for a significant amount of time, okay, I'm going downtown, I'm going to the store, I'm going, here, I'm going there. Even if you're taking longer road trips, you know the route. But even when you know where you're going, I don't know about you, but even when you know where you're going, you still use the GPS because you want the best route to protect you from unforeseen events, traffic, events going on, something happening. You want to make sure that you don't get caught up in traffic. And I've been hard-headed before. I put Google Maps here, but I usually use Waze, right? I've been hard-headed before, like, man, Waze don't know what it's talking about. I'm going to go the route that I know because I know, right? End up sitting my butt in traffic like, man, I'm so frustrated right now. You see, within JMG Direct, the system, save yourself time, energy, and money, is your GPS. And your sponsor and your upline is the voice telling you, left turn ahead. 3 people, 10 customers, 3 and 10, do it again. And all you got to do is listen. But if you don't listen, you may find yourself caught up in traffic. You may find yourself in an accident. You may find yourself somewhere that you don't want to be because you didn't listen to the GPS. Trust the GPS. It's here to guide you. We want you to get to your destination. You have goals and dreams, but within our culture of our company and our teams, we have expectations. We have goals for our team and our company. And helping you win is a part of our goals. So if you don't win, then you're holding the company and the team back from their goals. Now we got to go out and say, no, we got to add, we got to find other people because we are going to hit our goals as a company with or without me, with or without you. And the leadership of the teams, because they're leaders, they're saying, we're going to hit our goals as a team with or without any of you. So I want you guys to find people. When you're working with your 3 people, I want you to connect with 3 people who value their goals and dreams just as much as you value your goals and dreams. So let me give you some tips, some actionable things that you can take, right? So those things were culture and mindset. Let me tell you something that works really good like gangbusters. I'm going to get myself out the way so that you guys can fully get this, right? Peek and pass. Peek and pass. When you expose somebody, you're only piquing their interest in finding out, hey, are you open to taking a look at a way you can make more money? Hey, if the money were right and it fit into your schedule, are you open to taking a look? But that's the invitation. The peak is the invitation. That is not the time to get into the details of the business. That is not the time to say anything about 3 people. That is not the time to say anything about 10 customers. That is not the time to say anything about $200, $70 a month. That is not the time. The invitation is always separate from the presentation. The presentation, you want them to get 100% of the information. That way they can make an educated decision. That way you can read their body language, or you can share the stories. You can give them the full value. But when you start giving details during the invitation before the presentation, you fall into what we like to call the valley of death. And see, the valley of death happens when they start asking you questions. Well, where does my $200 go to? Well, what's the $70 per month for? Well, what's the manufacturer of the products? Is it made in China or is it made in America? Well, what's this? What's that? And when you don't know the answer to those questions, then you kind of look incompetent. You kind of look like you don't know what you're talking about, and you make the business for some people less desirable. And see, human nature wants you to think, well, I just need to know everything then. But no, that takes too much time. That takes too much time. Jimmy Mack didn't know everything. He only been in the business a day, but he knew he was excited. He knew that he wanted more tomorrow than what he had today. So he went and told some people, hey, I found a way to have more tomorrow than what you have today. Do you want to take a look? He peaked and then he passed. He peaked and then he passed. See, a question I ask everybody when they get started in the business. I ask people, do you want to follow our already proven system? that is responsible for creating numerous success stories? Or do you want to do things your way? Because I believe there's nothing more powerful than the power of agreement. They say they want to do things their way. Great, man. If you need anything, I'm here. Good luck. Because I only know how to follow the already proven system. But when they say they want to follow the already proven system, then there's a level of accountability there. It's just like when you joined the army. You joined the army. So you gave them permission to be in your face, to push you to be all you can be. When you join a particular school, you give them permission to hold you accountable for the level of excellence that you said that you want and desire. So when you join a business and you say, I want my goals and dreams, I want financial and time freedom, then it takes a certain amount of work ethic. It takes plugging in. It takes doing certain things. It takes no excuses. So when people hold you accountable for what you say you want and you desire, you can't get in your feelings. You have to understand that it's all part of the process. And if you just follow the system, it'll save yourself time, energy, and money. Get good at piquing people's interests and then passing to your upline, passing to your sponsor, passing to a tool like the Simple Wealth Blueprint presentation or the replay of the presentation to get all 100% of the information so that you can score and get a new member on your team. Little tidbit about overcoming objections. One of the things that I use a lot, I even use it with people on the team sometimes. It's called feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. Here's an objection example. Marquise, I don't know anybody who would do something like this. We'll go back to our good friend Johnny. Well, Johnny, I feel you. Because you're letting them know. You're providing empathy. You're relating to them. Because it's all psychology. I feel you. You're being heard, Johnny. Then you're relating. I actually felt the same way when I got started. Now here's the thing. Be genuine. Right? You don't have to lie. You can say, I actually know people who felt the same way when they got started. I actually have somebody on the team who felt the same way when they got started. Right? So I don't want you to feel like you have to say or front and do something that you're not. Right? I'm just giving you the framework. But what I found is people I know are shopping. People I know have credit score. People I know are already doing this business but aren't getting paid. So I can show them how to get paid to do what they're already going to do anyway. So let's get you in so we can go tell all the people that you know before somebody else you know gets in and they come and try to come tell you. You see how that worked? It's kind of like playing tennis. Like when you're playing tennis, you're they call it volleying, right? You're volleying, you're hitting the ball back and forth amongst each other. The ultimate goal is to score, right? To slam. If you can get a smash, then you get a smash. When you put them in a position to where they can say nothing more than yes or I don't want to do it, then that's a smash. And I would actually switch my example here to adding a tie down. A tie down is like, isn't it, shouldn't it, wouldn't it? Something that leads them to say yes. So like I would change the last sentence to, so it would make sense for us to go tell everybody that you know about JMG Direct before somebody else gets started with somebody else and comes back and tells you, doesn't it? Puts them in the mindset. It leads them to saying a yes. Well, yeah, that does make sense. All right, great. Let's get you started. It's simple things that if you follow, but as long as you get excited, pay attention and never quit, and keep exposing, just be excited and keep exposing. the people will come. So let's keep this presentation going. Let's keep it live. Let's keep it exciting. We're rolling again Tuesday, August 8th. Let's pack the line with guests. Make it a part of your culture to always be on the call yourself or be on the webinar, the live stream yourself, but always invite guests. Always expose, always be inviting guests. They may not get on all the time, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. If you're not inviting anybody, then there's no way for them to get on. The Paul D. Jones Show. Man, he's been on a roll with value. He's been on a roll with value. People are plugging in and they're getting value. Plug people on your team in, you plug in, plug people who aren't even in the business in. I got people who I know, they said no to the business, but I plugged them in. Why? Because I wanted to provide them with the value. And over the course of time, they may see the credibility in him. People don't join businesses, they join people. They may say, I'm out. He keeps saying JMG Direct every show. They may say, you know what? Let me call the person back. Let me call Duran back because let me see what this business is all about. Let me call David Nunes back. Let me see if he's still doing this business. Let me call Damon and see, if he listens to the show too. We might be able to build on something. It's all about planting seeds. When you expose, it's seed time and harvest. Seed time and harvest. That's a framework in the Bible. You plant the seeds, and over the course of time, they're going to produce a harvest. Now, some harvests come before others. But if you don't plant the seed, it doesn't matter how much time there's going to be because there's going to be no harvest. So we got to do our job, continue to plant the seeds. Some may produce an instant harvest. It might grow right away. Let's go. Let's get started. Some may take a little bit of time. But you do your job and plant the seeds. So your call to action for this week. Can't cover myself up. I look too good. Don't be okay with mediocrity. All right? Don't be okay with mediocrity. If you're not happy with where you are in life, don't just accept it. Don't just say, oh, that's just the life I live. That's just the cards that I've been dealt. No. We control our own destiny. We make the decision of where we're going to be in life. And you have a vehicle now where you can change that. So don't be okay with mediocrity. Make it your personal mission to not end any week with zero. There should always be somebody coming onto your team, even if it's not a personal representative. Your team should be growing every single week. Every single day. You want to get to a point where it's every single day, but every single week is the goal. I mean, every single day is the goal, but start right now with making it a mission that every single week your team is growing. 2, get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. It's time for you to live the life that you desire, but you got to stretch yourself. Success is out of your comfort zone. 3, more actionable, send out 10 invitations per day, at least. Whether they're text messages, invites, DMs, making phone calls. Pique the interest. Pique the interest. You're just looking for 2 people a day that'll raise their hand to say, yeah, I want to take a look. And then the ultimate goal, partner with your 3 people this week. Partner with your 3 people this week. Pay close attention to the calls to actions. Utilize the memory jogger. Utilize the replay. These are tools that are geared towards helping you take your life and your business to the next level. Because at the end of the day, you have to embrace or remember that you're the best investment that you got. And you're born to win. So play to win right now because you are already a champion. I got your back. I'll see you at the top and I'll see you at the bank. Appreciate all of you. I love you too.